Hi YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives, and this is my Zero Tolerance 452 carbon fiber. I just got this in a few days ago, and this is a very long awaited knife, at least for me. You know, when I started watching all the SHOT Show videos this year, where all the companies show what they're going to come out with this year, I wasn't too excited about a lot of the new offerings, particularly folding knives from many companies. But this is one that I was excited about, and as soon as I saw it previewed, I already decided I was going to get one. So yes, very anticipated for me. There is one other ZT knife that I also plan to get that's new for this year. Not available yet, but I'm going to keep you in suspense. But yeah, ZT has made two must-haves for me this year. The display side of the knife is carbon fiber and looking very good. Looks very good to me. Open pillar construction. The Lockbar side is titanium, and you see it as a removable steel insert on the Lockbar that actually contacts the partial tang. Here is the pocket clip, and is reversible to the other side, and you see there is a non-tubed lanyard hole. Very cool, eye-catching pivot design there. Now the titanium is lightly stone washed, and also it is beveled for comfort, and the carbon fiber is also beveled for comfort as well. Now the only opening method is an index flipper, and you see it as jimping on the flipper there. All right, now you got to make sure not to accidentally press on the lock bar when you're opening it. I am left-handed, so let's see if it works for lefties. It works very well. Love the smooth flipping action. Did not require any wrist flick or anything like that. Yeah, that was perfect. Okay, and let's try it with my offhand. Very nice, very nice. And the lockup, see it there, the lockup is very good. There's no lock bar flexing, and there's no blade play either. As for the blade, it is 4.1 inches in length. It is a long, slim design. This is a collaboration, okay, with a famous knife maker based on custom designs. Now the steel is S35VN, right, and you see, because the end of the scale comes up to here, right, but the edge goes down to there, so it pretty much gives you the same edge length as blade length. That's very efficient. I do like that quite a bit. Notice it has ample jimping on a thumb rest there, and you've got a satin finish, right, but this part is stone washed, okay, lightly stone washed there, and then into a nice satin finish with the swedge. And as far as the initial sharpness of the knife, zero tolerance, in my experience, always gives you extremely sharp blades. As for my overall opinion on the knife, I gotta say it's top notch. I mean, look at the machining there. It's all precise. It's all perfect. The fact that it rockets out, even though it's a fairly long blade and thus, you know, heavier than many EDC blades would be, but it rockets out perfectly. The smoothness of the pivot. Yeah, I like the design, and it is also well executed. Now, you probably know that some of my favorite designs are more pointed drop points, so of course I'm going to like this. But what I like about this design, one thing, is that even though it's based on a collaboration with a custom knife maker, it looks like a knife. You know what I mean? In other words, it's not too funky or too crazy. Like a normal, rational human being, even if they don't collect knives, could take a look at this blade shape and say, oh, a knife. You know what I mean? Some of the new wave crazy stuff, you know, it looks like a whale doing a backflip or something. You know what I mean? I like simple and, you know, kind of traditional. I mean, obviously he's put his own, the designer put his own touches on this, but I like that it's not too out there. It's also a very versatile design. This comes in at under 5 ounces, which for this length of blade is a very good weight. I mean, not excessively heavy, fairly slim, and, you know, it's big enough to do work, but it's light enough to actually be carried with you when you have to do that work. Good for utility. You could cut cordage, open boxes. Last resort weaponry. It's extremely pointed and sharp. Now, there was a little bit of a quality control issue with the one that I got, but I'm going to make a separate video that'll just be about that, because I basically think it was just a fluke. I just think I got unlucky. So I'll make a video showing that, but I don't want that to kind of taint just the basic review or overview that I'm doing here. So yeah, I'll put that other video in the text box, but assuming you don't get unlucky, you know, you don't get a blem or something, I really like this design. I wouldn't have paid the money for this if I did not think it's worth it. You know, it's kind of the higher end price-wise on as far as production knives. It's also on the higher end quality-wise. And yeah, this was a must-have for me. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed seeing this blade. And this has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.